Hey, what's up, folks? JayborinoPlays here, continuing my playthrough of Annihilation, a custom campaign for Starcraft 2 Mission 12 Reawakening. After having the truth revealed about him, Morganus Crane, in a fit of rage, decided to search for Malric and kill him. During his search, he encountered the CPG rebels and Reeves on their way to depart Netmac. In Crane's encounter with the Terrans, he learned that Malric had already left Netmac and that they would personally go bring him to justice. Maxwell Reeves offered a task for Crane. While they traveled to the Cyrex complex, Crane was to head further north to witness the construction site of the RSSI's under-development superweapon and then destroy it. Now Crane's goals have changed, as he believed that ensuring the weapon's destruction would assist him and the Daggerfang brood as a whole, and is now headed further north to prepare for the attack. Alright, there are many hidden resource palettes to collect. Scout the map thoroughly to find them all. Sounds great. Last mission, of course, was absolutely fantastic, though I am glad we're getting back to Zerg here. I've quite enjoyed the Zerg missions of this campaign. Mission 6, certainly one of my favorite missions. Hunters, Splitters. Hunters, Splitters. I quite like Hunters, but doesn't Crane have a spawn baneling ability? I think that functions much better with Splitters. So let's go ahead and go with Splitters. Ooh, we get Roaches too. Ooh. So normally I'd go with Vile, because on Brutal difficulty, which is what I would normally play Heart of the Swarm on, the enemy tends to ignore spawned units. We're on Hard though, so let's go with Corpsers. I never get to fully take advantage and have fun with those Roachlings, and now we can because we're not on Brutal difficulty, so we can go crazy with spawned units, and I think that those will be, of course, very, very helpful. Planet Netmac, 5 clicks north of the Netmac prison. 8:04 a.m.? That's just too early to be doing anything. It's too early for combat. Ah, here we are once again. You set course for this location. Why? It is now that I realize what incredible power the RSSI possess. If we were to demolish their warship, I feel we might need help. The time has come, Kazul. The time for Nicaria's reawakening is nigh. To guide our brood to victory as the upcoming war approaches, we may need Nicaria's power. Claim this location as ours. Oh, so he can just do that. I sense the Terrans mobilizing. They will be coming to avenge their fallen soon. Let them come. We will deal with them as necessary. This area appears to be some form of breeding ground for the corrupted Daggerfang. There are many hatcheries scattered across this area's islands. How do you plan on awakening Broodmother Nicaria? If I go to each of these corrupted hatcheries and destroy them, I can gather their energy and use it on our main hive to revert Nicaria's curse. Emperor, the hatcheries are well protected, and this area does not contain any valuable mineral nodes. Your only means of income is going to be acquired from the many research caches scattered around the battlefield. Where are the rest of our forces at? The Daggerfang are attempting to clear a pathway for us to the enemy facility. Excellent. We will have to carefully decide our course of action and create the right minions to be successful here. Let us not waste time. Nicaria awaits her resurrection. So, Broodmother Nicaria is the Broodmother we fucked up in Mission 6 because she was under the control of the RSSI. So we're going to try to bring her back to life. So, we have no minerals to mine. So, very interesting premise. And actually, our starting units here, Emperor, I've set up a Nidus network for your convenience. With its assistance, we can create Nidus swarms to traverse past the waters of these islands.
Excellent.
Indeed, a necessary tool for my ground forces and I. You have done well, Kazul.
It makes sense.
Oh, we have many tips. We have many tips. Many tips. All right, let's read these from the bottom up. Main hive. In order to resurrect Nicaria, Crane requires an intact hive. Because of the limited resources in the area, it's too risky to create new hives. Because of this, it's your duty to keep the main hive protected from the RSSI assault. Your hive also functions as your main upgrade structure, and the upgrade submenu can be accessed by pressing Z. Drones. In this mission, you do not build structures to form your army. Instead, you'll use drones purely for defense. Making a drone will allow you to make spine and spore crawlers to ensure the hive remains intact. In addition, you can also use your drones to rebuild Nidus networks in case you lose your current one. Your heroes have grown in power. From this point on, health, shields, and energy of all heroes have increased by 250. That's actually pretty crazy. So I assume that applies to all heroes, the way that that makes it sound. So like our Terran and Protoss heroes as well. Long-range transport Crane now has the ability to deploy Greater Nidus worms at a nearby location. You must have an intact Greater Nidus network in order to deploy Greater Nidus worms. These are crucial in order to reach the corrupted hatcheries. So we're island hopping to get to the 3 hatcheries. Very interesting. So what I was saying is I really think that our composition here that we're starting with is exactly the composition that I want to stick with. Since we don't have sustainable income, we kind of want to, I think we want to make a lot of Swarm Queens, because Swarm Queens will allow us to sustain our army in the trying times. So let's go ahead and pick all this up. Also, you know, Cran with Banelings and Mend, we just want to really focus on sustain. Also, the spawned Roachlings will ensure that a lot of our army remains intact. So what I want to do is make a decent amount of Swarm Queens just to start out with, and then just start spreading creep like a motherfucker. I mean, granted, I don't know how fast one motherfucker would spread creep, but I would assume it's fairly quick. Maybe, you know, 3 to 4 Swarm Queens is equivalent to one motherfucker. I mean, who can really quantify these things? So we want to focus on roach upgrades, more mutations. What is going on here? So these are all of our ground upgrades and air upgrades. That's Baneling Explosions heal. I don't think we're going to be making many Banelings, though we do spawn Banelings, which is pretty big, so we may want to get that regenerative acid. Movement speed of roaches, adrenal glands. I don't think I'm going to get the Zergling upgrades because I don't plan on wasting money on Zerglings. Ah, okay, adaptive plating and hydraulic bile. I think we really want both of these. I think adaptive plating is pretty sustainable, so we're going to stick with that. I'm just going to get a lot of Swarm Queens, and let's get like 1 extra roach once we can afford it.
The only one I could think of with the power and...
Okay, so let's keep spreading creep. Let's spread up in this area. Let's spread down in this area, and let's spread over here. And we're just there's many different directions to go in, so that's why I'm focusing on all these different areas to spread creep. All right, we pooped in all the directions we wanted to poop in, right? All right, so this will allow us to keep track of when the RSSI will attack us. I do plan on making some static defense. Actually, I don't know. Is that a waste? Because, again, we have such little money, and static defense is very prone to just dying. So maybe we should focus on just having more of a mobile force. All right, so see, there's the Roachlings. They are just going to tear shit up. So my goal is to not lose anything in this early section. And wait a minute. Just go in with the Roachlings first. Go in with the Roachlings first. Follow up. Get in behind them. Let's spawn some Banelings right on top of that bunker. Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. The only downside here, I think, is that the Swarm Queens are going to waste their energy on healing Roachlings occasionally, which is kind of a pain in the ass, but I guess that's just how it's going to be sometimes. All right, this is looking good. Can we destroy these? No, we can't. I thought maybe you could destroy those and get some money for it or something like that. So I'm looking all around. Let's keep... Oh, I see you, motherfuckers. All right, get over there. They're going right for the hive. Get up there. Yes, Roachling, get him. Spawn Banelings on these guys. Okay, they didn't do shit. No problem. Oh, we got some splitter Banelings with us as well. Okay, that went fine. Where did they come from? Did they come from... They came from up here, didn't they? So they're getting dropped. That's why we want to spread creep everywhere, so we can see where they're going to drop in. Because if we're going to be on different islands at different times, I'm thinking we do need some static defense. I want to see how few units I can get away with, basically. You guys just auto-attack somewhere over there and see what you can kill. So we want to see how much we can destroy with small forces and then build up a pretty sizable defense at home. The enemy attacks may get pretty wild, as they have been wont to do in previous missions. Enemy attacks have been pretty large. Okay, let's go ahead and poop more creep over here, and then is there anything else to pick up? There is. All right, so as long as we have Crane with us, I feel pretty safe. He has Mend, which will actually heal the Roachlings as well. It's pretty good. So we want to spread our creep all through here. And we have to be looking for other islands to be spreading creep to as well. Let's poop one more here. Okay, and I just want full map coverage with creep. That's why I'm pooping so much. Okay, so let's do one more over here, one up in this direction, and this has come full circle. That's great. So let's head down here and pick up this, and we're close enough to our hive that I don't feel like I absolutely need to build static defense right now. Let's get hydraulic bile. And then let's queue up ground carapace. And then that's gonna be a huge focus on roaches, and then we can do ground carapace and missile attacks, which is gonna apply to our swarm queens and our roaches. So the thing about the swarm queens is that they're functioning with several different purposes. I mean, they're gonna be mostly anti-air, but then the sustain. The sustain is huge. So what is down here? Is this like a Zerg base?
Stay strong.
Okay, let's get in there with roachlings. The more roachlings we can get to attack static defense, the better this will be. We have no roachlings. All right, let's not. I don't want to attack into that until we get some roachlings, or we just take Crayon. We spawn banelings. He's got a lot of energy right now. Okay, cool. And then what we can actually do is poop some creep on this creep that's currently disappearing. Let's clear this out. I'd like to get back to base sort of quickly now, because I'm expecting an attack again. Because they attacked me like within the first 2 or 3 minutes, which is pretty quick. We cleared this area out, pick this up as well. Okay, we're not losing anything. We're not losing anything. In fact, let's send everybody home and just take one of these roachlings. Where are you, roachling? Come on over here. You're going to pick these up for us. Cool. Excellent. Go ahead and poop one more creep. Tumor up here. And then let's keep spreading the creep up here. I just want full vision on where the RSSI might be dropping in on me, which could be in many different directions. Okay, so down here. And then up in this direction is presumably the last area to go. Interestingly enough, this creep, I think it's because we're on enemy creep. I'm not really sure why it's not spreading. This might be the next area we could send a Nidus Worm over to, or possibly over here. Maybe we have to like shoot a Nidus Worm over there. How are we doing on this? It's really just waiting for these upgrades. It's pretty time-consuming. But, okay, I see you. Spawn banelings. I want to take care of this with mostly Crayon as much as possible. I don't want to be losing units to attack waves. And then just make sure we mend. Alright, so I'm getting a feel for the attack waves. They're not huge, but they're big enough that could absolutely fuck me if I wasn't paying attention at a specific moment in time. So let's spread the creep down here. I'm not sure. I mean, these were implanted on creep, but they wasn't friendly creep. So I don't know if, like, since this creep isn't, it's not real creep. It's like technically a like doodad creep, I think, because it was placed without a creep tumor or anything like that. And you can see it's kind of intermittent here. So I think it's not, again, it's not like real creep, if that makes sense. Okay, so we can continue our quest for mineral pallets, and I guess let's make some more roaches. And then what I also like to do is queue up some extra queens before we get our next big upgrade, because these upgrades are pretty time-consuming. Down here looks like it might be a Zerg base. This might be where the hive was. I remember in the cutscene we saw those 2 spine crawlers, and that's presumably the last place to go. Yeah, you notice we can't spread creep down here at all, actually. Very interesting. Okay, well, let's spread as much as we can. We have more roaches coming in. I'd like to get a couple hydralisks, actually. So let's get one more queen. Let's get 3 hydralisks. And when that queen is done, I'd like to get groove spine. Let's get ancillary carapace. Let's get grooved spines. And then let's queue up missile attacks. That's quite a bit of stuff. Hydralisks coming out. More hydralisks, actually, and then queue up more swarm queens once that's done. Okay, so I think the last thing I want to do, now that we've queued up just a piss ton of upgrades, actually don't even worry about those swarm queens, we'll get more money later. Let's make some drones and queue up some static defense, because the RSSI is going to come, they're going to try to fuck with us. What I want to do is, what I'm actually going to do is probably leave 1 or 2 swarm queens at home so that they can heal my colonies up. Normally that's not something I would ever consider doing, but in this case... Ooh, our hydralisks have frenzy. But in this case, it's definitely something we want to do. Alright, so let's make spine crawlers and spine crawlers. In this case, it's all about sustain. I really don't want to just throw away... I don't want to just be throwing away my static defense that I so painstakingly am building. So it seems like everything they're sending is ground forces for now. And again, we can always backtrack with our forces. And we'll have some swarm queens for anti-air. So let's... It's interesting. The hotkeys are different. It's Z. So let's do this. We want to do like a semi-concave here. We don't want to put. I don't want to put one in the front because that's just gonna be the first thing that's gonna instantly die. All right, so this should do it, and we have a shit ton of incoming upgrades right now. Alrighty, so we spent most of our money, pretty much all of our money. We've searched everywhere else for where there could be money. I'm looking for like ramps or something. But I think that's it. Let's go. Let's continue. Let's quick save now. We got a pretty good start. We've got a pretty good force as well. I'd like to find something to kill to get some roachlings out.
Keep going.
Perfect. Banelings. Burrow. Burrow micro. I'm going to try to burrow micro. We'll see how effective I am at it. Roachlings just get in on those, on that static defense. And as long as we have some roachlings to start, they're going to get targeted, and then we're going to just spawn more roachlings. Okay, and I'm trying to keep an eye on what's taking the most damage. Okay, I really expected that this was going to be the edge, but it is not. Let's go ahead and head across this ramp. We did get some more money. Ah, this was the thing we saw in the cutscene. Okay, give me some of those. Give me some more of those roachlings. Stuff coming in from the right. This should be okay. What I want to do is spawn some banelings over here. Crayon, mend. Adaptive plating, doing well. Unburrow here. Everybody group up, group up. We've got some roachlings now. Mend. And let's see if we can kill these guardians without losing something. Reasonable amount of stuff coming in. Hydralisk is okay. Roachling's taking the heat. Roachling's doing exactly what they need to be doing, actually. And I think we've taken care of all the spine crawlers. So what that means is... I think that means we're in real good shape right here. So let's just move in and kill the rest of these units. We'll burrow micro anything that's in serious trouble, but I don't think anything is in serious trouble. I'd kind of like some more... Well, I guess we should just queue up our upgrades now, because the earlier we get them, the more they're going to pay off. Did we lose something? If we lost anything, we maybe lost some roaches. But other than that, doesn't seem like a big deal. Okay, so let's pick up these. There's the essence. There's a little bit... Oh, okay, so we move Crane to the beacon to theoretically absorb the essence. I guess let's just wait. Let's wait until we get a few more units. Either more Swarm Queens or more upgrades. We're not going to have Swarm Queens for a while because we just queued up +2. There's some gas up here. Maybe just some more Hydralisks would be the right choice. They've got that Ancillary Carapace, meaning they're going to do... They can take a little bit more heat. Plus they have +1 Carapace with +2 coming up. What's going to happen with this attack is the only thing that worries me a little bit. Okay, missile attacks coming up. I mean, screw it. Let's just do it. Crayon, let's quick save, hop on the beacon. And maybe we have to defend him, or this is just a cinematic that was triggered because of that. Alright, men, your reinforcements are here. Stop Crane at all costs. The Terrans have planned their retaliation well. I will not be able to defend myself while gathering these energies. I sense them approaching. There are many, and they're all heading towards your position now. Allow me to assist you in your quest, Emperor. Oh shit, are we going to be able to control the Leviathan? Kazul and Crayon, BFFs. Holy shit. Holy shit. What can he do? Kazul, I appreciate your assistance. Protect me from the Terrans while I absorb the corrupted energies. I will not take long. Alright, pause. I'd like to read... I gotta get a handle on these abilities before I get going here. Drop pod. Sends a group of Daggerfang units down from the skies that automatically hunt down enemy units. The units spawned by this ability last for 30 seconds or until they're killed. I get the impression that these are neutral units because it says they automatically kill stuff. Neutralizing fungus. Roots enemy units. 100 damage. That's... basically fungal growth. Infecting Swarm deals 30 damage to all units in a large area and applies a debuff, and decreasing movement speed by 60% and attack speed by 100%. Attack speed by 100% means that they can't fire, right? And unless I'm reading that wrong, like 50% means half speed, 100% means they cannot shoot. That's huge. 15 seconds too. Crushing Force. Lift up and kill the targeted unit, so it's like Crushing Grip, but perhaps a single target. Temporarily enrages all Daggerfang units in the target area, increasing attack speed by 50% and granting them 150 maximum health. Holy shit! Holy shit! Okay, well, it's QWERT. So let's see if we can keep a handle on this. Men, move, and take that Leviathan out too if you need. Alright, so we quick saved right before this. Here comes some units. That's fungal growth! Oh, that's nice. Okay, we can lift units. Just keep using that fungal growth. Oh, Kazul does a lot of damage. Is it a he, she? It doesn't really matter to me, but I don't know if I should say he or she. Let's use that cloud so that she can't attack. They're not even going for Crayon right now. Just keep using that fungal growth. Okay, we should be fine down here with Swarm Queens and Hydralisks, and we can use our lift to any air units that might be coming up. Let's freeze these. Let's throw down that debuff. Let's call down our drop pods. Oh, man, the cooldown on that's very low. Let's go ahead and enrage that stuff. We're getting attacked at home, too, actually. Can we use our abilities all the way over here? Yes, we can. Holy shit, you can. You can use your abilities from way far away. We can keep dropping Daggerfang troops pretty much in every direction. Hydralisks were the right choice, I think. Let's keep an eye out here. Lift this. Let's drop units right on top of those tanks and blind them. Okay, what's going on down here? We seem fine. One more in-game minute. This is annoying me. Let's go ahead and lift that. Fungal growth. They're killing my... Did I have units up there? What are they killing? I don't understand. Did I have other units in that area? Let's drop pods. Keep drop podding. What is that? What is that Warhound? Look at that thing. What is that? All right, just keep it. Every time we can enrage, we should use the enrage or berserk in tandem with us spawning units. Keep lifting this stuff. Fungal growth. Make sure that they can attack while my spawn units get in there. 13 seconds. They're attacking at home. I will drop pods at home. That may have been a huge mistake, but we'll see. Okay, we did it. There, the first corrupted energy has been gathered and the Terrans are gone for now. Your assistance was greatly appreciated, Kazul. Okay, so my defense worked out pretty well, I think. I don't know if, if we lost some stuff in this whole engagement, we may have lost a couple roaches, but otherwise it seems like we've held on to most everything. And we've got some extra resources to pick up here. So now we have to find where to go next. Perhaps over there? I'm going to stick to my original plan, which was across these little areas, because I can see over there. What I'm going to do is make another Swarm Queen for home, and we're going to make a few more drones. Again, we're going to have to focus on static defense. If we can get some corpse or roaches at home, that'll be kind of a big deal. We can queue up some more. Let's get missile attacks. That seems to be working out for us pretty well. We're going to get some more roaches. And I'm pretty comfortable with this strike force, if you will. And then what do we have to do? The Nidus Room costs money. That's actually kind of dangerous. If you spent all your money, you'd be really fucked. Let's go ahead and rebuild some of these. The fact that the Kazul abilities are global is absolutely incredible. Just truly incredible. I'm going to remake these colonies. And we got to make sure we don't wall ourselves in. We got to leave a little opening so my other units can get out. Swarm Queens at home should be sustainable. Should be sustainable. Can we even see over there?
Keep your mind clear.
Okay, so we want to pop this bad boy out. No? Am I using this wrong? At the target location, friendly ground units can use the Nidus Worm to instantly travel to any other Nidus Worm. There we go. Just couldn't quite get it. All right, let's head back. How are we doing over here? We're fine. We didn't lose anything. So this is what, again, my Swarm Queens are for. Okay, so let's throw everybody inside the Nidus cluster, or inside the Nidus Worm, rather. And we don't have enough money to do anything with that drone. We're getting our +2 missile attacks, which is going to be functionally very well for our army. We can't make Ultralisks or anything, so it's either... Oh, Swarm Hosts actually might be a great idea. Anyway, let's continue. You unload pretty much instantly, which is awesome.
Time is short.
Okay, so let's quick save now because we're in a good spot. Lead with Crayon because we can spawn Banelings and Mend at any moment. I see a Banshee up there. We can't spread creep over here, unfortunately, so we're flying blind at this point, but we've got creep all over our main island.
The final battle is near.
Okay, I want to explore, but at the same time, I should just be picking up the pallets that I find. They stay visible on the minimap, though, as you pass them, so it's really not that big of a deal. We can just take Crayon and hit that Banshee. It'd be funny if it, like, went invisible or something. Let's go ahead and throw down Banelings right there. I think that was the right choice. He can get healed up with Mend. And also Swarm Queens. Mend is going to save my Swarm Queen's energies, but they're rocking pretty full energy at this point, so we're in real good shape. Okay, and we want to make sure we're looking everywhere for mineral pallets. They may be hidden, like, I think hidden ramps. Not really hidden ramps, but some ramps might be hard to see at times. And that's what I really want to focus on, because if I don't want to carelessly lose stuff because of that. This looks like it would be the hive cluster. Crayon. Let's go ahead and drop some banelings here. That's gonna kill the burrowed baneling that was just sort of hanging out over there like a dick. It unburrowed and let us see its dirty tricks. Okay, roachlings. Roachlings. We can't even go over there. Let's it seems like the Zerg bases are across these conveyor belt things. Yep, definitely. Okay, yes, get rid of those banelings. Yes, I saw another baneling in there. I'm expecting an enemy attack soon on my base. But now that we know where the enemy base is, the enemy Zerg base, which will be 2 of 3, let's go ahead and continue our hunt for minerals. We might run into some more defensive emplacements, but in the long run, that's not a big deal. We've gotten through we've been through this whole section of the map without losing anything. I have a lot of money saved up, so what do I want to do with it? I could make like a fleet of guardians, actually. That might be a big waste. I think I just want to stick with more roaches and hydralisks. I guess we want Glio Reconstitution. And I don't need Tunneling Claws. So that's pretty much it in terms of upgrades. So we just get more Swarm Queens, and we get a bunch more roaches and send them through the thing. And let's get I guess a Spore Crawler just in case. And let's continue. Again, an overwhelming enemy attack force would be probably the biggest issue at this point. Spawn Banelings. Mend. Okay, and I don't think we lost anything. We'll mend again. We almost lost some roaches, but that adaptive plating doing real good work for us. We're picking up tons of money. I'm playing this very slow and very carefully. Very similar to Mission 11. Hopefully I don't have to split this mission, but it depends on if there's a lot after this first section. Crayon not really ever in danger of dying, so what the hell was that? Oh, roachlings just exploding.
Keep going.
Okay, let's keep the push on here and head down in this direction again. I'm looking for as much money as possible before bothering with the Zerg base. Here's a pretty large force. We're fine, so let's keep an eye on what's going on up here. I think this defense is just fine because we can repair the spine crawlers. We didn't lose anything. Having a Spore Crawler there just in case, and then the Swarm Queens can also attack air. I think if they sent 1 or 2 Banshees, we should be able to survive. I think we're coming around the other side of the Zerg base. I like how all the Zerg bases have like opposite running conveyor belts, as if to say keep out. Okay, lots of money still. Probably more Hydralisks at this point to save us from any nasty Banshee attacks while Morgan or while Crayon is
Stay strong.
doing his thing. Okay, let's back up now. Let's see if we can draw as many of these units across as possible, which is exactly what we're doing. And just get ready to burrow micro here if necessary. Though I don't think we will have to. All right, we've got Roachlings now, so let's send these over. They have a Swarm Host in there. Let's spawn Banelings up there if he can get... Yes, he indeed can. He indeed can. We don't have any Roachlings left, unfortunately, but I think we're fine. Let's move across this ramp. Mend. Okay, we've definitely pushed in. Here comes a random Baneling that's going to run into our Roachlings. Another reason why Roachlings are fantastic. Let's unload what we've got in here and send them down to attack. Let's just have them sit over there. Okay, and we're fine. I mean, ultimately, I don't think we've really lost anything. If they have, like, burrowed Banelings somewhere, our Roachlings are most likely going to hit them. You don't spawn Roachlings from Broodlings. I think that would be a little unfair if you could. So I'm glad that Blizzard programmed them so that you couldn't just spawn them out of Broodlings. Or can you? Did we just... We spawned them out of eggs. Don't go on the beacon yet. Let's clear this whole thing out, and then presumably Kazul will come back, and we're going to do that crazy big section again where Kazul comes down. Very reminiscent of one of the final fights in Oriole and Eclipse. I keep comparing these two campaigns. They have a lot of similarities, and it's a good thing. When I point that out, it's generally a good thing, because both of these campaigns are great, regardless of which one was the groundbreaker from the get-go, you know what I'm saying? I guess let's get some roaches and just kind of have them hang out here, and we can just keep making Swarm Queens in the meantime. And Crayon.
You were the only
Let's
one I
quick
could think
save,
of with the
and let's see
power
which
you
direction
to
Kazul comes in, and we're
aid
going to move my units behind it. These energies shall be mine. Kazul, I require your aid against the Terran adversaries. There we are. Okay, so what I'd really like to do is just hold position. Just hold position behind Crayon. And then Kazul... I was going to say wait for them to clump up, but unfortunately that's not going to work. Okay, and then really just keep fungal growthing. Let's go ahead and drop pods here, and then fungal growth this group coming in. And these guys are not going in any direction that I need them to go in. Let's go ahead and lift the big one. Okay, enemies coming in behind us. We should be fine. Fungal growth them as they spawn, theoretically. We're getting attacked at home. We should be fine. Let's not worry too much about that. We have drop pods up again. Let's drop pods all the way back here, actually. Let's lift these. Fungal growth these, actually. Is anything close to us? Let's go ahead and debuff those. They can definitely still attack, those commandos. They definitely still attack, so it's not 100%. Not to be nitpicky, but that's that's not 100%. Let's go ahead and buff these, give them some extra units. Drop pods. Let's go ahead and debuff. We don't have to debuff really anything right now. And we're spawning units at such a quick rate that theoretically we don't have much to worry about. We're going to fungal growth those to get rid of them faster. Lift that one. Okay, we have drop pods up as well. This stuff doesn't bother me that much. I'm going to drop pods over here, actually. Fungal growth here. Let's go ahead and debuff the that stupid idiot guy. Lift the battle cruiser. Does that do lots of damage or not? I can't tell. Fungal growth that thing. Okay, yeah, good. It's hitting Kazul. I almost lost my drop pods, drop pods. Oh, he's taking a lot of damage here. Fungal growth. Lift this. Go ahead and enrage or whatever. Drop pods really is the most... is one of the best things. We have some Corpser Roaches here to help us. Let's back these up, though, so that they don't take extra damage. Okay, this is going fine. Drop pods, possibly one of the most valuable things in those fights. 2 energies gathered, 1 more remains. That was kind of close. He was getting kind of low health there. I was really more focused on not losing anything in my army, and I really shouldn't be worrying about that. Let's go ahead and send everyone back into the worms, except 1 roach, which we'll have come and pick up this stuff that we forgot, and hopefully nothing unburrows up there, because if it does, then it'll be kind of a pain in the ass. Okay, that's a barracks, or a garrison, rather, whatever it is that we can't destroy, but it's easy to mistake those for minerals. I almost feel like those were put there on purpose just to mislead you. Okay, don't be any enemy units up here. Don't do me dirty. Huh? Okay, good. Good shape. He'll eventually make it back to the Nidus. And then, what else do we really want? Swarm hosts, probably. Swarm hosts would function very, very well with our current setup. We have larvae here that we can't select, I've noticed. Get those swarm hosts, throw them in there. There's no extra thing for swarm hosts that, like, keeps them burrowed, right? Let's get a regenerator of acid. Why not? We've got the money. Well, we really don't have the money, but kind of have the money. Where do we need to be to pop our Nidus canal? Or a Nidus worm, rather. So let's let Crayon out. You guys just get in the worm. All of you just get in the worm. So yeah, selecting larvae, it seems like there were some that were like left over on the ground. I don't know where those came from. All right, Crayon, let's go ahead and go and look for where we can pop out a worm. I'm thinking, how did we get vision over there? I mean, you need full vision of an area in order to do it. So I guess let's check. Maybe we can cross on this little platform and do it. I realize it's over there now. Son of a bitch. All right, get back in the worm. We're going to send everyone back down. I'm going to get 1 more drone and make 1 more spine crawler because this defense has been working just fine for me. I think the Swarm Queens is... I don't want to say they're key, because I think when you have maybe more than 5 spine crawlers, you probably can survive, but what it's doing is it's sustaining my defense, so that I don't really have to worry about it at all, which is fantastic. let's go ahead and come on down here. Well, what are we getting attacked with? Do we need to really be concerned? We definitely don't. So again, we probably won't lose anything in this attack, but what's going to happen with these Swarm Queens is that they're going to heal these up so that they're ready for the next fight, which is awesome. Okay, so we don't need that rally anymore. Just leave it there. We're going to send everybody down. When we get attacked next, I really think that these Swarm Hosts are going to be really important. We can't get Burrow, can we? That would be really, really cool. Albeit pretty unfair. Oh, hey, look. I missed some of this. Never a bad thing, because I realized I don't think I had enough money to spawn another Nidus Worm. That would have been embarrassing. Okay, let's throw this over here. And I realize now we just have to go back and load back into the worm. So we have to get back into the network. And then we can unload here, presumably at the last one. We're already at 41 minutes. This map is really, really cool. We'll see if there's more to it after this. There may very well be a pretty long cinematic. A lot of these have pretty long cinematics. Or there may just be a whole other gameplay part. But I have to say, the concept of this map is so fun. Like, Mission 6 and this one are very similar in the sense that they have very unique Zerg macro-style missions. I like them quite a bit. So I don't know, I have a great time. I mean, I talked how much I liked Mission 11 in a unique way. So it's hard to say. I don't like to say that Mission 11 is the best map ever. It's like, for what it was going for, which was an RPG element, I think it did that very, very, very well. On the other hand, this is a different style of map that I feel also is very, very successful in what it's trying to do. All right, so Swarm Hosts, I'm just going to put you in the worm because I'm going to be F2ing and you're going to get caught up and die. So we'll get you when we need you. And again, the big question is, do we have enough at home to survive whatever's left? It looks like we have a pretty large section of the map that's still remaining. Maybe more Swarm Queens would be prudent. And Adaptive Plating is going to keep him alive, really. Let's just mend. You could spawn Banelings, but it's really not necessary. I'd rather save that cooldown and the energy in case there's some tanks back here or something. Cool. Okay, so I guess my only recommendation, and now this map is fairly new, it's still technically in beta as well, my only recommendation would be to maybe beef up this last area with the assumption that the player would have more forces, but at the same time maybe you can't assume that the player would have more forces, because they might not, in retrospect. You have to kind of treat each section independently, because there may be a player out there who just barely has enough to complete a section, loses their whole army, and then what are they supposed to do? They can't do anything, especially on a section where there's limited resources. So I guess completely disregard what I said. I feel like this is pretty balanced, and I have just played well enough to allow myself to be doing well right now. Okay, so let's just push our way through this area. There's some more Guardians up there. Got some Roachlings. Lead with the Roachlings every time, please. Getting attacked at home. I'm going to presume that we're fine. As long as we have Roachlings out, I just want to keep going. And we can backtrack for money if necessary yet, that we're not even getting attacked anymore. So again, as long as we have Roachlings up, just keep attacking, because they're going to give you that initial oomph that you need to just distract any enemies that are around.
I am with you. Done.
I mean, really, what I can do is unroot my Swarm Hosts and then have them pick up the minerals that I've bypassed in other sections. So there's nothing. I was gonna say, there's really like nothing in these sections. There's some gotcha Banelings though. I like that. Roaches though going to be able to eat those shots, those Baneling hits quite easily. The question is, are the Zerg up here or are they down here? I'd like to know in advance so I don't have to do too much backtracking. I'm going to assume they're down in the bottom left. So let's go up in this direction first. And again, when we unload the Swarm Hosts, we'll just have them come along this path. We'll have them come along this path and pick up the pallets that we missed. Okay, let's go up in this direction. I don't like that my Swarm Queens are in the front, but frankly, I think we're fine. Okay, Crane's there now. Swing down here. Got some... Okay, there's a tank up there. Mend, move up, drop some Banelings right on top of it quickly, please. All right, it's gone. Those have the potential of doing a lot of damage to you. Is this the Zerg base? No, it's just one of those weird backwards conveyor belts. Okay, hit that up. I do want to point out, I think the conveyor belts do affect your unit speed when you walk over them, though I'm not 100% sure. I don't know, maybe it's all psychological, but I'm getting that impression. Okay, so I did go the correct way. I missed one pallet there, and just for my completionist's sake, I mean, I could make way more stuff. Should I? I don't know. Let's just start making... Let's just make a big fleet of Guardians and fly them around. That'll be fun. Okay, looking good. This Swarm Queen's going to catch up slowly.
There is no need for formality.
And then we'll figure out which direction we really want to go in next. No tanks, no tanks, no tanks. Big money, no whammy. Okay, get those Roachlings in there. Again, those Roachlings, they run and they soak up hits, and that's their whole point. Okay, and I'm quite fond of those types of units. This looks like their base. All right, back up, spawn Banelings. That was Mend. Spawn Banelings right there. Are my Banelings healing up their stuff? Oh, no, it's just a Swarm Queen that's healing them. Okay, looking good. All right, get in there now that the Roachlings are on it. We lost a few things, not really a big deal. Drop some Banelings in the back. Mend. Okay, and we've almost definitely successfully pushed in. I could backtrack and check for minerals in the other direction. I have so much money, though. I have so much money, I don't know if I need to. We're going to make more of those Guardians. Let's go ahead and queue up flyer attacks, sure. Okay, and where's Crayon? Okay, he's back there. I don't want him standing on the beacon until I'm ready. Let's go ahead and unload my Swarm Hosts. And slowly waddle their way over here. Here and here. And I didn't miss as much as I thought. And then we'll just waltz them all the way down here. Pick this up. And how fast are we getting larva? Pretty quick. Okay, and then I guess the only thing left to do real quick is check what's up here, which it's just going to be more minerals, right? But let's just double check, and we can take our Swarm Host. Yeah, that... Does it affect speed? I can't tell. I can't tell! Again, I think it's all psychological. Okay, Guardians, get in there. Oh, yes. Cool. And then we have even more building. We have 3 more larvae. Let's just build more. Rally them up. I like how fast they are, too. All right, let's send them down.
There is no need for formality.
There were some units over here, too. All right, so that is probably everything. Where do we want to route? Probably in the back, like right here. Oh, yeah, that's probably just fine. And then we'll just stack my units up on top of them so that they don't get murdered by incoming air units. Okay, here come the Guardians as well. We'll station them right on top of Crayon. And... Crayon, where are you, buddy? Okay, quick save. And here come my Guardians, so we just saved. Let's go. Kazul, I call for your assistance. I must gather these energies. Okay, here's Kazul. All right, get the roaches up to the front. Air or anti-air kind of in the back. Maybe anti-air is the one thing I should be concerned about. Let's go ahead and start fungal growthing. Oh, Guardians, no. Not like this. Guardians, no. Guardians. Oh my god, you're supposed to be back here, friends. That'll be fine. Oh lord, that's a lot of stuff. Let's call down drop pods here. Guardians, stop. Okay, good work. Let's go ahead and fungal growth here. And lift one of the tanks, I suppose. Let's frenzy some of those units over there. Anti-air units, move over in this direction. Kazul can handle that other stuff just fine. Just keep fungal growthing. Yeah, what is this? Eviscerator. That thing looks awesome. Let's keep calling down drop pods. Oh god, they ended up on the top. They ended up on the top. That's not good at all. All right, we may need some more anti-air back there. Where are my Guardians? Did they all end up in... Oh, they're all underneath Kazul. Fungal growth, possibly the most needed thing to use. That lift, how much damage does that do? Oh, it pretty much instant kills. All right, fungal growth here. We're calling units down. Let's go ahead and berserk some of them. My base is fine, presumably. No, it's not. I realize they do like full attacks on your base while you're still going. Let's get some corpse roaches here because those commandos are bad. Lift. Kazul is okay. Those Guardians actually handling anti-air from the other side just fine. Okay, lots and lots of air units. Let's go ahead and debuff these. What is it, like attack speed by half, presumably. Drop pods here. Lift the Annihilator, or whatever it's called, the Eviscerator. Very interesting. All right, anti-air back up just a little bit. Locust is doing a fantastic job. Let's debuff this stuff. Fungal growth, the one in the back that we didn't manage to quite hit. We have more drop pods up. I might as well just keep using that fantastic ability. My base is actually fine. I thought when I looked at it, it looked like I had lost some stuff, some spine crawlers. Apparently, I lost nothing. Yes, Nicaria is ready to be reawakened. We will return to our hive cluster. Just a moment now. She lives! Queen Nicaria, I bow down to your supremacy and power. The RSSI shall be destroyed in your name. Oh, sorry, I pretty much killed you that one time, too. You have done well, Crayon, just as I had anticipated. My queen, the Daggerfang are in need of a proper leadership. I have guided them through tough situations, but none, unlike you, possess the power to truly guide this brood to victory. What nonsense are you spewing out, Crayon? You were created to command the Daggerfang forces, and with our strengths combined, we shall become unstoppable. Now, enlighten me. What is our current situation? Our forces are ready to advance into RSSI territory. Close by, we will find the location of a powerful weapon under development by the Terrans. This weapon possesses a threat greater than any. We have cleared a pathway and are ready to move against them on your command. Good. I must go rest before the attack begins. This recent curse has wearied me. We shall move towards the Terran's base when you have regained your strength. Malric's forces will be ready to face us. Indeed. My queen, you know that I am Terran, right? You were, yes. Have you been informed of the truth? Malric, the Terran leader, told me everything. Why am I here as part of the Daggerfang? I saw a vision, Crayon. A vision depicting our end. Vision? What do you mean? This all occurred during the invasion of our homeworld, Khazodar. We fought with all our strength to drive the Terrans from our home, but were unsuccessful. The Terrans deployed a highly toxic bomb onto the battlefield. The Daggerfang that did not succumb to the radiation were left severely injured. Yes, I remember Malric telling me this. Shortly after, the Terrans went to retrieve our weakened forces, where they would be victims to their horrible experimentations, myself included. Experimentations so devastating that I was unable to contain my sanity. Before the final battle began, I got this vision, a type of warning. Many of our Zerg had been corrupted by the Terran devices, so our forces were limited. I realized that our brood would be destroyed by the RSSI, so I ordered my brood to embark on a quest. I wanted them to search for a new leadership, one that could repair the inevitable damage that would come to us and ensure the brood's survival. The Daggerfang chose you, Crayon. The mutation you suffered must have attracted the brood. You were going to be our method of survival. Ah, it all makes sense now. Kazul, you knew of this too? I did, Emperor. Why was I not informed of this earlier? Nicaria gave me orders. She felt it was necessary for us to leave your history behind. What happened then does not matter anymore. You may have been Terran, but any memories of your older self have been wiped, replaced to fit Daggerfang nature. You were destined to be part of the Daggerfang. That has been decided by the brood itself. It is thanks to your actions that we have survived and that I am now in full control over my body again. I wish for nothing more. While I may have knowledge of the truth, I have no recollection of it. I know where I belong. These Terrans must be wiped from existence. There is no other alternative. A very wise decision, Crayon. Having you by our side will surely allow us to prevail against the Terran organization. To think I was one of them. Cool. So look, I don't know how deep Dude Key wants to go with, like, maybe the themes and the story here, but you think about Crayon and really, like, having no memory of your past and hearing the stories, like, to think I was Terran. But Terran, that was his life, and now because he has no memory, he's of the perspective of I am fully Zerg. It's just, it's like he's basically not the same person he was. He thinks he is the same person, but he's basically a different person. Again, you could think of that in many thematic different ways, and so far, I feel that this story is very driven and very interesting. It doesn't... I'm not struck with something really deeply thematic, but I'm not saying it should. I'm just pointing out that maybe I'm putting way too much thought into this whole who he was before and who he is now kind of thing. But either way, I guess that's kind of the fun part. I mean, there's plenty of fun parts about custom campaigns, but one of the fun parts is you really can assign those kind of things yourself in a lot of these instances. It's you're shown a story, and then you can kind of decide how you thematically can make it fit. And I think that's what makes really good writing as well. The cinematics and the writing and the presentation of the story. Admittedly, I think in the first couple missions was a little clunky. You know, I'm not gonna pussyfoot around it, if you will. Yes, I use the word pussyfoot. But it's gotten better every single mission. Not to say that every single mission was better than the last in terms of gameplay and enjoyment. I think the whole campaign I've enjoyed every single mission. So it's like, I think on average is kind of like a general flow, just the in general enjoyment and entertainment of this campaign has just continuously gotten better. It started on a fairly good foot in terms of gameplay, and then every other aspect just kept improving as well. So it's just been fantastic. I quite enjoyed this mission. Disregard what I said about making it harder as you go on, because again, if a player, especially because, I mean, if they're not saving frequently like I was, then you might just get to a point where you realize you just don't have enough money and you can't do shit because you don't have any sustainable income. So I think this mission was just right in terms of difficulty. Alrighty, this has been JayborinoPlays. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye now.